Nicole Bates, and I'm here to talk to you about strategic improvements for Target Corporation, prepared by J.J. McReynolds Consultancy. First, I'm going to do the preview of the proposal. Our key findings for Target is analysis of key findings for Target, current Target issues and causes of issues, conclusions regarding findings, recommendations for Target. Target should implement supply management. Target should invest in self-serve checkouts. Target should implement a customer relationship management system. And lastly, we will do a review and call to action. Our key findings on what we conclude: Target's main issue is loss of customers. Causes of company issues are out-of-date produce products, out-of-date modern practices, no CRM systems. Conclusions regarding these findings: Target should implement a supply management system. Target should invest in self-serve checkouts. And Target should implement a customer relationship management system. Our recommendations are: invest in supply chain management, which will increase the number of deliveries, change the amount of produce deliveries, change movement and storage of the produce section, and maintain lower prices to compete with other stores such as Walmart. Our second recommendation is to keep up with modern practices by investing in self-serve checkout systems. Our last recommendation is to implement a CRM system. Implementing a CRM system will help cater to specific demographics. And next up is Rachel Zeigler.
Thank you, Nicole. Good evening. Target's current movement and storage of produce creates a lack of freshness to its customers. Customers who regularly purchase produce often complain about how quickly the produce turns bad, rotten, and or moldy. I would like to discuss two possible solutions to better the flow of produce at Target, but first I'll briefly discuss the history behind Target's grocery section. In 1995, Target Corporation opened its first Super Target, which included the grocery section. And this grocery section included everything from meat to frozen foods. In 2011, Target added a produce section to nearly 400 stores across the United States. After that, Target became a certified organic produce retailer, which gave themselves an advantage over competitors by increasing the amount of perishable items to sell. Super Target currently has more than 600 organic items. In 2008, Target's first self-owned distribution center opened in Lake City, Florida. It distributes Target's meat, produce, frozen foods, and dairy nationwide. The Bossier City and Shreveport locations only have one weekly delivery, usually occurring on Sundays or Mondays. There is always an abundance of produce left over. Instead of having one large produce order, the order should be cut in half and split between 2 delivery days. If Target had a delivery on Sunday and one on Thursday, the amount of produce left over would decrease and the freshness of the produce would last longer. Also, Target should incorporate the first in, first out inventory method for its produce. I've seen the most recent dates on the bottom of the pile and the latest dates at the top. If the produce is fresher longer, the in-store customer traffic would substantially increase. And then finally, they should maintain their lower prices compared to its largest competitor, Walmart. And I'd like to introduce Gregory Friesen. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Gregory Friesen, and today I'll be talking to you about how you want to implement and the pricing for the self-checkouts. Now, the company that we supply for the self-checkouts is the NCR. Now, they are a very well-known business. They're the top-end company, and they do very well implementing new or used self-checkout systems. Implementation is also very important when considering adding or adopting a self-checkout system. Placement, front-end integration, and aesthetics like color or size have a significant impact on how the technology is received by the customers and how valuable these systems are for revenue generation. For example, a C-store or a convenience store or a grocery store are small and space must be maximized. Effective integration for self-checkout systems makes the best use of limited real estate and positions the hardware in a manner that increases their sales. The latter can include arranging smaller and last-minute purchases like items such as candy, gum, around the machines. QuickCheck demonstrates a successful model of a store that effectively implemented a self-checkout system and has benefited from this investment. Working with its technology provider, NCR, the QuickCheck selected a self-checkout system with a sleek sawtooth alignment to match the look and feel of their stores. With candy racks placed around the machines to make the best use of the space, the station offered a welcoming and visual pleasing transaction point. Now, in summary, the potential to see great benefits from implementation of self-checkout service technologies is greatly self-checkout systems are well suited to fit customer demands, business operations, and the existing culture of a business store. However, retailers must understand and consider that their business analytics and clientele preferences when selecting and incorporating self-checkout systems to ensure the greatest return on their investment. The system, an important factor of NCR's successful deployment of self-checkout is seamless integration of the self-checkout system with retailers' existing front end, eliminating the need to develop and maintain a separate infrastructure and self-checkout operation within their stores. The NCR self-checkout system solution accomplishes this by actually running the retailer's binary point of sale client on each lane. Self-service transactions are controlled through the NCR self-serve checkout customer experience application and are designed for use by a customer while the point of sale supplies the basic logic and communication with the back office. At the core of the NCR self-serve checkout architecture is patented and the self-serve checkout transaction broker technology. The TV enables this self-serve to control this retailer's native point of sale so that the back offices see the self-service checkout lanes and other devices up there. Now, the technology for NCR self-checkout systems is flexible. There are two general strategies retailers can use to deploy the self-serve checkout system. The first one is device emulation, and the second is automation interface. The broker implementation is broken down into distinct functional components to ease development and maintenance. These components are loaded and executed on the self-serve checkout lane. Now, the NCR does provide a software development kit for retailers on their partners to use, provide, develop, or customize the NCR self-serve checkout solution. There are some facts and stuff that Jennifer will point out here in a short second. But first, the pricing. The pricing for a typical install is $125,000. That'll be for a 4-lane setup, and that will be per store. This means that there will be 4 machines set up in a design that will benefit your company in each store. However, it can run you more if you add certain upgrades or features and add them to multiple stores. I would now like to bring up Jennifer Brumley. Thank you.
As you know, there are pros and cons to implementing any new technology. Greg went over the implementation and pricing information. I am here today to provide you with information that will help you decide if implementing self-service checkout is the best course of action for your organization. Implementing self-service checkout systems help improve customer service experience by delivering efficiency and speed at checkout. As you can see, according to the consumer survey by the NPD group for NRC Corp, 2 out of 3 U.S. consumers surveyed want self-service options when shopping. Nearly half of consumers want stores to offer self-checkout, and the majority of U.S. consumers under the age of 45 agree that more self-service options like self-checkout or kiosks would improve their shopping experience. That's almost 46% of shoppers. Offering both cashier-run and self-service checkout lanes is a win-win situation for all involved. Those that prefer the one-on-one interaction don't have to wait in line as long because others are taking full advantage of the self-service system. There will always be some that are opposed to using the self-checkout technology, but even they indirectly benefit from the technology being implemented. Self-checkout lanes also provide the opportunity to take care of more customers without having to employ as many cashiers. During slow times, instead of having multiple employees ride the clock, you can have one employee run 6 checkout lanes. It may be a little overwhelming at first, but after proper training, this cashier will know the system in and out and will be able to deliver excellent customer service. This option also lowers your overhead and in the end saves you money. Lastly, self-checkout systems take up less space. Because they are smaller in size, you can place 6 kiosks in an area that before could only provide space for two checkout lanes run by a cashier. While some feel this can lead to an influx of shrinkage or theft, research has found that shrinkage is often either the same or less in self-checkout lanes, given that self-checkout lanes are properly managed. As you can see, there are no true cons when implementing a self-checkout system. Convenience is one of the most important factors of customer service. They want to be able to get in and out and not have to wait in long lines. Implementing the system will allow you to deliver the best customer service experience, and customers will remember this treatment the next time they need to run a few errands. I'd now like to bring up Marquetta Johnson.
My name is Marquetta Johnson, and today I'll be talking about the implementation of the customer relationship management system. And basically, the function of this system is to gather information that can be used to categorize customers by their different demographics, such as the household, age, family, and race, and also on what they purchase and how it can be used to help bring in more customers and continue to bring back regular customers. In Target, in the zip code of Shreveport, Louisiana 71115, there are 14,506 personnel. They are all broken down by a total of 6,616 households. Now, dealing with these demographics, it will be easier for Target to determine what of these households are purchasing, what items they are purchasing on a daily basis, or what is the norm, or what is the trend that is going on in the nowadays. That way then we can continue to bring back regular customers and in turn incur new customers that would in turn increase our revenue. Because walking into Target, once you see the outside of Target, it looks like a family business Once you go into Target, it caters more to infants or babies and young girls. And if that is not the typical age for this demographic area, then it's not gonna bring as much business in. So if Target can go through and account, like get an account of what their customers are purchasing, they'll be able to send out coupons, you know, start a rewards program for those customers, because they will in turn be return customers. Such as if we have more 16-year-olds than we have 5-year-olds, it will only make sense to have more items catered to teens than younger children. Because if you're going to have more items catered to younger children, and there are not many young children in your area, then that's space being wasted, items that are left on the shelves waiting for someone to come and purchase. So that means that Target is basically losing money. But once the system is implemented, they will be able to keep up with the modern day world that is going on around about them. That way they can continue to compete with their competitor, which is Walmart at their latest. And then it also goes for the food items, the electronics, the baby items. So we can cater more to family as opposed to younger children. It would make Target much more successful. And now I will turn it over to Jeremy.
Okay, so for review, there were 3 action steps that we urged Target to take. First being the implementation of a supply chain management system. And what this will do for Target is mainly to decrease the out-of-date produce, which was a concern of a lot of customers. And the effect of decreasing out-of-date produce will provide fresher products for consumers, which will in turn produce more sales, more customer loyalty to our products in our store, Target. And the second action we urged Target to take was the implementation of the self-serve checkout stations. As we said earlier, this is something that consumers have expressed that they wanted to see and something that they like. It's more modern than the current practices that Target uses. And that feeling that Target is staying up to date will draw consumers into our store as a Target. And like we said, the self-serve checkouts will be in sync with all the other cashiers systems, so everything is still staying up to date. And this really provides a convenience for customers. They can, don't have to wait in line for however long, just to check out a small number of items, and decrease in overhead wages, which is a big expense for companies such as Target, and also a possible decrease in theft when the self-serve checkouts are managed properly. And the last call to action that we recommended was for the customer service management. And this is going to help Target really cater to the demographic in certain areas, as we just went over. And that's really going to help make their stores unique and really cater to the people in that area and what they need and what they want. And so if we believe that Target takes these action steps, that they will greatly benefit in the overall market share in competing with other similar companies such as Walmart and all those other companies like that. So, thank you.